Welcome back, my future millionaires. This is Hustle a Million. I'm your host, Joshua Minott, and today we're going to talk about passive income. I'm going to show you one of the number one ways that people are earning passive income right now, and it's probably crossed your mind, but you just haven't had the tools to go ahead and pursue it and put it in action. Well, let's get it. Now, this name should not be a surprise to anybody. Airbnb. Now, if you don't know what Airbnb is, you're missing a great opportunity here, guys. Airbnb basically allows people like me and you who have a controlling stake in the property to go ahead and rent that property out to travelers all across the world and get a piece of that money that hotels make. By them doing this, they have now become the #1 hotel company in the world. And I'm about to show you how you can be a part of getting to that money. Now, I know one of the first things that some of you guys are going to tell me is that, well, Josh, I don't own a piece of property. I can't do Airbnb. You are wrong, because today I'm going to show you exactly how you can get to some of this Airbnb money without ever owning your own property. All you need is some time, do the hustle, and do the research, and I can get you to it. Now, to understand what we're going to do here, you first need to understand what arbitrage is. Let's take a look. So arbitrage, guys, is taking advantage of price differences across markets to make a buck. If a currency, commodity, or security, or even a rare pair of sneakers is priced differently in two separate markets, traders buy the cheaper version and then sell it at the higher price to make money. Now, it's actually funny that Google used sneakers as a way to do an example, because that's exactly the same example I'm going to give you guys. As you guys may remember, I do sell sneakers and high-end clothes as a part of one of my businesses. And the term that everybody uses today is reselling. But all reselling is, guys, is a form of arbitrage. What I've done is I've identified a product that I can purchase from, say, Foot Locker, JD Sports, or any of these other sneaker retailers, and then take them to a market, the resale market, where people are willing to pay more than what the actual cost of the item was if they would have been able to obtain it at a Foot Locker or JD Sports. So that's what we call retail arbitrage, guys. I'm buying it from one price at the regular market, and then I'm actually going to a different market, the resale market, and upselling it for another amount that people are willing to pay for the item. Now, there's all types of arbitrage that actually goes on, guys, other than just sneakers. Remember Tickle Me Elmo back in the day? For those of you guys who are old enough, maybe it's just that hot toy for Christmas that sells out at the Toys R Us or Walmart or Target or wherever you buy your actual toys for Christmas. And then next thing you know, everybody's just actually upselling this thing for 2, 3, 4 times the cost of the actual product. PlayStations, when they used to first come out, used to upsell for 200, 300% over what the actual box price of the unit is. So these are just different forms of arbitrage, guys, that people look to take advantage of, where they're able to obtain a product at one price and then upsell it at another. So in this particular case, we're going to discuss how to do rental arbitrage and how we're going to utilize Airbnb in order to do it successfully and get to some extra money. So to get started, guys, we need to focus on one thing: research, research, research. We need to be able to identify if the market that we're trying to do an Airbnb in is going to be successful, and ultimately we're going to be able to earn some money. Now, personally, guys, I would suggest that when you're getting started with Airbnb, your first location should be in the place where you reside or somewhere close. That way you can get familiar with the business and exactly how to run an Airbnb, and it's not hard to get to. And then once you're comfortable with the business and how to actually run an Airbnb, you can then look to expand to other states and cities. And because this is actually a form of real estate, guys, you also want to remember the most important thing in real estate, which you may have heard before at some point, is location, location, location. Okay, the location of your property is going to determine how much money ultimately you're going to actually be able to make off of it. Now, when you're thinking about that location where to put your Airbnb, what you need to ask yourself is, well, why do people travel to my city? Is it because we have an amusement park here? Is it because we have beaches and people love to vacation here because it's just beautiful scenery? Or maybe there's a medical center that people travel to get care. Whatever that reason is, that's the reason why people are traveling to your city consistently. And so you want to be able to offer them that Airbnb in that location, because you're going to constantly get business coming in and out the Airbnb. So once you have an idea of the location where you want to put your Airbnb, here's how your research would need to go. So let's just say you are looking at trying to do a location in San Diego, California. Just come on over to apartments.com, because what we're going to do is we're going to see exactly what the market value, the traditional rental rate to rent an apartment, condo, or townhome in this area is going to be. As you can see, it brought us up over more than 7,500 listings. So we're going to go ahead and slap on a few filters and kind of get that down a bit. Let's say you're looking for a 2-bedroom in that area, and then we're just going to go with just townhomes and condos for now. And so that'll actually kind of filter through a little bit of that, and that's a little less properties for you to search through. Now at this point, guys, it's still 598 units to search through. So you can either zoom in yourself. Apartments.com allows you to zoom into the area to see exactly where each one of these units is located. Or another way would be is if you have the zip code to the exact place where you want to do your research, just go ahead and type that in up here, and that'll just actually list all the locations that are available in that zip code that meet your requirements of a 2-bedroom. Now for this example, I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the number of units that are currently showing, guys. I'm gonna type in a zip code of 92109. That's actually a zip code for Mission Beach, which is located right here in all of this craziness that you see. And so I just wanna see apartments or condos that are available in the Mission Beach area, because I know these units sit off the beach or very close to the beach. Now, as you can see, guys, once we put in that exact zip code, we're down to only 26 actual 2-bedroom units that are available in the Mission Beach area right now that are currently up for rent for market value. But that's what we want to see, so that we can see exactly how much does a 2-bedroom unit cost in the Mission Beach area. So then we can go run the numbers on Airbnb and see if there's some opportunity for us to make some money. So let's go take a look at these numbers. So as you can see, guys, as we scroll through some of these available apartments that are currently for rent in the San Diego Mission Beach area, they're ranging anywhere from, looks like $2,800 all the way up to almost $5,000 a month for a 2-bedroom unit. So most of them look like they're falling in between $3,500 to $4,500 a month. So that's pretty much the going market rate for a 2-bedroom unit in that Mission Beach area, guys. So now we're going to take that information and head on over to Airbnb and see if there's some opportunity to make some money here. So now we're on over here at Airbnb.com. We want to make sure we type in that same exact zip code that we used over on Apartments.com. I'm going to just choose some random week in September for 2 guests, and we'll see what Airbnb produces. And so as you can see, you can actually look here on the map. Here are all the Airbnbs currently located within that actual zip code. And if we head on back over to Apartments.com, we'll see that same exact zip code of all the apartments that are available at market rate. So this is the same exact area, so we're nowhere in the right spot. So let's go back on over to Airbnb. Now the first properties that pop up, guys, as you can see, are some super hosts. And if you don't know what a super host is, this is actually hosts that actually rent out their units consistently on Airbnb and also meet all of their high standard qualities, thereby providing the customer with a great experience. And so Airbnb, as a result, will actually push their units even more and advertise them, because they know their customer base will actually receive a good experience in all likelihood if they rent from these particular hosts. And if you look at the map, guys, you'll actually notice that these prices for this zip code are kind of all over the place. Well, that's just mainly because these are all type of units, whether it be 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, or more. This is actually not sorted here on Airbnb in terms of how many bedrooms. So it's just bringing up every Airbnb, no matter what it is in this particular search. But if we come on over here to filters, it'll actually let us know here on Airbnb what the average nightly price is for this zip code. And as we can see, it's $365. So luckily, this first superhost that actually pops up actually has a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhome. And so we'll go ahead and take a look at his unit to see exactly what kind of numbers he's working with, since that's the type of unit we were looking up on Apartments.com to rent. And so let's come on over here and look at his calendar. Now what you're going to do here, guys, just click on the calendar. We're going to X out the check-in date, and that actually opens up his entire calendar for us to see exactly what dates he actually has available to him and what kind of bookings he's got coming in right now. So it looks like, guys, he has all of March already booked up, and also looks like the first week of April. He's got the last couple weeks open. Let's scroll on over. He's already got half of May is booked up, and he's got all of June booked up and all of July booked, and most of August except 1 week booked. So this guy is booking like crazy. And as you can see, he's actually booking in at about a roughly $332 a night is what he's charging. And you can just click on a random week here. Looks like he's doing a 4-night minimum. We click on that. Yep, it's charging us $332 a night in order to book this unit. So now let's go run some numbers here, guys. So at this point, we're gonna take it one step further. We have our numbers from apartments.com with how much it would cost us to rent a unit in the area. We also have what Airbnbs are actually charging in the area. And so now we wanna make sure we have the occupancy rate down that actually lets us know exactly how much we can expect for this unit to be rented throughout any given month. So we're gonna come on over here to a website called airdna.com. We'll go ahead and click on this. And so it has an Airbnb calculator. And we're just using this to get the occupancy rate, guys. But then you can come on down here. You can actually tell it exactly how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, and how many people your actual unit accommodates. I would suggest when you're actually looking at Airbnb, for every bed that you can fit in the Airbnb, you can accommodate 2 people, okay? And then here it says it needs a street address, so we'll just come on over to one of these random apartments in actual San Diego, California to give it a street address so it can go ahead and do its thing and let us know what the occupancy rate is for a 2-bedroom unit in the area. Also, guys, you want to make sure you sign up for a free AirDNA account. You don't actually have to do the paid account to actually get this number. And so just sign up for a free account. You can go ahead and plug in your address here and all the information, and then go ahead and hit calculate button. It's going to take you over to this screen here. And as you can see, this is the number that we wanted. The occupancy rate is showing at 67%, guys. And it looks like the average daily rental rate is about $327 a day. And that's kind of what we also already saw over on Airbnb site. But this is the number we're going to use in our next calculation, 67%. At this point, we can go ahead and whip out our trusted calculator, guys. Now, we know that there's an average of 30 days in a given month. AirDNA said our unit would be rented out about 67% of the time. So we're going to multiply that by 0.67. And that's going to give us an average rental days out the month of 20.1. Now, we multiply that by $332 a night that this guy is charging. And roughly we're getting $6,673 in revenue per month if we rent that unit on Airbnb. Now also keep in mind, guys, we only spent between $3,500 to $4,500 in order to obtain and rent the unit. So as it currently stands, guys, with these numbers, we will be profiting anywhere between $2,100 to $3,100 to actually rent this unit and then list it on Airbnb. Now we're going to take it one step further. If you remember correctly, this guy wasn't actually leaving 10 days on the table every month that were unrented. He was renting out at an average of about 25 days per month. And so let's calculate what his actual revenue would be with a 25-day occupancy rate. So 25 times that 332, and that gives us a grand total of $8,300 in revenue that he's generating per month. And so with that number in mind, if he's only spending $3,500 to $4,500 in rent, that gives him an actual profit margin of roughly $3,800 to $4,800 in actual profit per month off this unit, guys. Now, I don't know what you guys currently make, but I am willing to bet that most people watching this could probably replace their actual jobs with maybe just 1 or 2 units producing this kind of profit. And even if you don't leave your 9 to 5, can you imagine what this would do to you financially if you actually just got $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in extra revenue per month? Couldn't you now invest like crazy into stocks and other things and start letting your money work for you? Now, the last piece that you guys might be asking for is, Well, how exactly do I obtain a property like this? Do I just go out and rent a property in my own name and then go ahead and put it on Airbnb? That's a negative, guys. We're actually going to create a business. And how we're going to approach the landlords who actually own these units is we're going to actually ask them if they actually accept corporate leases. And what a corporate lease, guys, is that it's a business who's actually going to lease the apartment. So it's not going to be in your name, it's going to be in your business name. And that's exactly how you want to structure, guys. Just in case anything ever goes wrong, it all falls under your business structure, not you personally. Ultimately, what you're asking your landlords to do is allow you to sublease the apartment. So you're leasing the apartment under your actual LLC, but then you're subleasing it to all these short-term renters through Airbnb. And not everybody actually approves this, guys. So you're gonna have to do some work and you're gonna have to call around to see what actual owners will allow you to run this particular business model. So that is gonna take some upfront legwork, but I promise you, once you do find a yes, it'll be worth it. Also, check with your state, what state you live in, because states like New York actually don't allow people to sublease into Airbnb. So you would actually have to own the property in New York in order to actually list it on Airbnb to go ahead and run the business model. Now, lastly, guys, I know you're probably wondering, well, how exactly am I supposed to fund this new business? Well, if you go watch my video, it's named Make Money Now. That'll actually give you a blueprint for how you can actually get some funding to launch this new Airbnb business. So make sure you go check it out. And I am a super host, guys, so I just wanted to come over here to this screen just to let you guys see exactly what the criteria is to becoming a super host on Airbnb. So you had to have at least a 4.8 or higher for the customer reviews. You have to have a 90% or more response rate for when people actually ask you questions. Here's how many nightly stays you need to have. And then you have to have a cancellation rate of 1% or less. So if you have any questions at all regarding the Airbnb process, guys, feel free and leave your comments down below. And if you need me to make any additional videos regarding Airbnb, go ahead and leave that down there as well. Please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell for me, as it helps me out a lot and help us grow this channel. And make sure you tell all your friends and family to go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well, as I want everybody to get to this money so that we all can achieve financial freedom. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for all the love and support. I'll see you guys next time.